Hello everybody, Martin here, back with round 4 of this Legacy League playing OmniSneak. On the draw, we get this hand, which I think is a fine keep. Got lands, got cantrips, got a little bit of protection in the piers, got a sneak attack, which we are some number of turns away from turning into anything. But I don't think this is the hand that we get to mulligan. So, Underground Sea into Sensei's top makes me think this is Storm. And not a Wasteland deck, so I'm going to play the Volcanic just to, because we might want to Pierce on this turn. So this way we get to conserve both fetch lands. We want at least one fetch land to shuffle away from the Brainstorm here. We might draw more Brainstorms, in which case we might want the second shuffle effect. So they top on their upkeep. Basic Swamp, yeah, this is most definitely Storm. Let's just let them therapy us. Oh, they hit. Well, that's a shame. That's actually, like, devastatingly bad for us, considering we could have pierced. Now they know about the pierce. I guess we signaled it too loudly, what we wanted to do. Oh well. So here's, it's an interesting point, right? Because we're going to preordain. We could leave up Impulse to try and find Force of Will, but I think we're okay to try and survive one more turn without that. But do we preordain before cracking the fetch is the question, right? Because if we find one card we like, we can just bottom the one we don't and draw it and then keep the fetch land uncracked. The only world where it matters that the fetch land hasn't been cracked already is where we like both cards. So I think it's correct to crack it actually, right? Because if we don't crack it, and like we don't need to crack a fetch land to shuffle away with the preordain because we can just bottom whatever we don't like. So I don't think that's tricky at all actually. Alright, so bottom the island and draw the force. There was a world where it's correct to not draw the force here and just bank on Pierce getting us through this next turn. Oh. Boy, egg on my face. What was I thinking? Right, okay. Baleful Strix. Did not see that coming. So I guess we're up against, this could be like Bug NicFit? Could just be some sort of, yeah, I don't know. Like, geez, I don't know. Like a bug deck that runs, okay, so it is NicFit. Okay, so now they get to flashback the therapy, and we won't be able to pierce because they'll get there to fetch out their two basics before. So the question is, wait, what? Why on earth? Maybe they're concerned about giving us basics. Why? I don't know why they would make that play. Maybe they misclicked. Well, there's show and tell, so I mean that's kind of nice. We could show and tell in sneak attack here, but I'm reticent to do that without having a follow-up, and they could be like Bug NicFit. Well, NicFit and just in general run some pretty nasty high-end bombs, so they could be sitting on like Sphinx, Consecrated Sphinx, or Grave Titan or something. We don't want to give them access to that without having like more of an aggressive combo ourselves. Well, so I guess we impulse here. Hmm. So if we take the Emrakul, right? And it's rough. Like, so what we want to have happen here is for them to basically not take sneak attack or Emrakul from us. And the only way that happens is if they whiff, if either they whiff on this Cabal therapy, or if we force it, pitching show and tell. Because we'll then get to fetch out 2 basics when they flash it back. I forget, they know we had sneak attack? I think they knew we had sneak attack, actually. That's pretty bad, right? So if they know we have sneak attack, they know. Yeah, they know because we had it on in our opening hand. So if we just let therapy resolve, very likely they name sneak attack. Then they get to flash it back, and they'll get to see that we have, because they know we have show and tell, so we can either, well, it's not really a choice. So I think actually taking the ponder here is better. Horrendous as that is. Because yeah, if we had forced it, they would have just, like, we would have lost show and tell and force of will, and they would have just flashed it back naming sneak attack, which they knew. So the question is now, do we just let it resolve? We're gonna fetch out some basics. Let's get a basic island and a basic mountain. I suppose we just have to let it resolve, really. And then just go from there. And they take ponder, right? Okay. So that makes me wonder if they have, like, they might have force of will themselves. I guess that's sort of the reason to play blue in NicFit. But I guess we don't really have anything, right? So ponder is, in a way, our most scary card. There's a Strix. That's fine. Death Ray Shaman, sure. Alright, come on then. Well, I mean, do we go for it here? They could have, obviously, they could have force. And also, like, Gristlebrand is kind of in an awkward spot against this Baleful Strix. Although we do get to draw, like, a lot of cards. So I guess, like, if we wait, we give them, like, chances to find more Cabal therapies. They've used 2 already. And also, like, right now they're tapped out. I don't know if they could be running something like invasive surgery or spell pierce, or not that pierce gets us here, but yeah, you know. I think I'm actually gonna go for it now. And great, it resolves. There's a deed. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can get to 6 mana. It's not quite 8. So I don't think we need to be worried about using Gristlebrand like that aggressively. We can wait. Okay, so they draw for what? OmniSneak reignited. Okay, so this guy gets to just -3 and destroy Gristlebrand, so I think we have to find a blue card for a force here. And we did. So let's see, we draw up to 10. Just trying to work out if we can hit the Gristle button one more time. Should be okay with that, because right now we just need to find, like, I guess sneak attack or omniscience. I guess sneak attack requires us to also find Emrakul. If we find omniscience, we have 1, and we can actually intuition for omniscience, so we don't even need to do that. So let's just do like this. So we intuition for 3 omnisciences. 1, 2, 3. And we show and tell, and then we have the cunning wish to go get Firemind's foresight. Alright, they just concede. Great. Alright, well, 1-0 up. What do we want against this deck? So they have a lot of counter magic. Oh, not counter magic, sorry, discard. They're likely to bring in, like, I don't know, stuff like Clique, maybe? More counter spells. I don't know if we want, like, just a Miser's Boseiju, maybe? I don't hate that. We'll bring out an Ancient Tomb. Do we want... Is there a chance they have white and have, like, Hate Bears? Sometimes bugged eggs do that. If not, is there a world where we want Pyroclasm anyways, just to kill, like, Deathrite Shamans and other critters? I don't think so. I think this is sort of okay. We'll see how we hold up. Whoa, this is a stinker. They keep their 7, that's not good. Oh, this is like double show and tell against a therapy deck. But do we really want to go down this to 5? I think we keep this. I guess we keep that on top. Like, I don't know. We have to hope that they kept their hand on the back of, like, a lot of counter spells. Okay, we're dead. Well, at least they didn't get us on the first one, but it seems so incredibly unlikely that they won't have, like, a second, like a way to flash it back. So yeah, come on, bring out the little dude. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. Well, that is probably it for this game. Well, Cunning Wish is not terrible. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I should have played out the Boseiju to be able to Cunning Wish next turn. That was stupid. That was really dumb. Strix. I fully expect them to flashback the therapy here. Let's just let them take our omniscience. I think our route to victory right now is more likely to be through Boseiju, Cunning Wish for... Well, I guess not Cunning Wish. I was going to say Cunning Wish for Through the Breach. Well, hopefully they don't have a whole lot else going on either. There's another omniscience. So, let's see. Let's see what happens. So far they aren't pressuring us, but... Liliana? Nissa, Basswood Seer. So when she enters the battlefield, search your library for basic forests, put it into your hand. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, if you control 7 or more lands, exile her. And then she becomes... You can reveal the top card of your library as lands put into your ballot. Put into your hand. Make a 4/4. Okay. That doesn't seem that scary, but on the other hand, I'm like doing nothing. I guess we might want to thin one. Yeah, it could be worse. Wow, we're kind of just like without a paddle here. Oh, that's the guy that makes clues, right? Yeah, well. Maybe we should have put in like a... Maybe we should have put in Pyroclasm. Okay, so Cunning Wish. So where does that get us at this current point? We can end of turn Cunning Wish. For what? Intuition? And then Intuition for Show and Tell? No, we can't even, because Show and Tell is in our... 2 Show and Tells are in our graveyard. Plus we're getting beat here. Guess we just kind of hope to get to like draw Show and Tell. That also seems kind of weak, but we can't really stop this tireless tracker anymore because they got the clues there. So getting like a sweeper effect, getting Coastal Lake's Return isn't really a thing. And what else might we get? Through the Breach, we're like both a mana short and without a creature. So I think we just pass for now. Yeah, Predrain works. Actually, let's fetch. So next turn, they can sacrifice another clue, make this guy. Yeah, whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a +1/+1 counter on him. So yeah, this guy can grow to potentially like to 6/5 and then 7, but that requires them to have more land, which is, I guess, likely that they do. Bottom, top. Well, there is this Show and Tell. So actually, let's draw the Impulse in case we get like Thoughtseize or whatever. And let's just hope we can get there. The Show and Tell next turn. So now he's 5, so we get beat for 7. If he can get another token into play. Oh, okay, I guess we just die. Alright. Because he can sacrifice... Why didn't he? Why didn't he sacrifice the clue? Sacrifice 2... I'm not used to playing against clues, so sorry if I come off as sounding ignorant. So he pays 2 to sacrifice this artifact. This guy says that whenever you sacrifice a clue, you get a +1/+1 counter on this guy. And he also says whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you put a clue into play. So he could have paid 2 to get this guy to 6/4. Then he could have fetched, get another clue token, sacrifice that, paying 2. He would have been a 7, so we would have taken 9 instead of 7. We would have gone to 1, which would have shut off both our fetch land and Boseiju. But instead, that didn't happen. I don't know, maybe it has like other stuff lined up for us here. Well, I guess we lose anyways then, because she has persist. I mean, we can get Omniscience into play with Show and Tell through the Boseiju dropping to 1, but then when we go to cast Cunning Wish, they sacrifice her, and then if we try to cast Impulse, because she persists, she comes back. I guess actually we can Impulse, right? And then she is sacrificed, and then the persist is a trigger, right? So with that on the stack, we can cast Cunning Wish. And if they don't have, yeah, I'm gonna try that. Not sure it will work. So let's see. All right, let's see how we do. Okay, so now persist and the counter of impulses on the stack. So now let's cast Cunning Wish. Beautiful. So we have one more Cunning Wish in our library. So let's get Firemind's Foresight. We don't have Impulse though. So let's get Cunning Wish. And we can't get a 2-drop, so we just have to click OK. And then let's get Brainstorm. And let's Brainstorm. And put, I'm gonna trust that I can put back Gristlebrand. And then Firemind's Foresight, Cunning Wish for Release Hands, and that's okay. The only way that doesn't win us the game, I think, is if they somehow have a higher than 8 mana spell on top of their library. There's also a world where instead of doing that, we just Cunning Wish for Intuition, Intuition for Emrakul, and hardcast Emrakul. But that doesn't win us the game unless we somehow do something else, because they drop to 2 and they can just keep enough power on the board to kill us. So release the ants. They reveal Verdant Catacombs. We put Gristlebrand back on top. Awesome, and we even had the Misdirection in case they had a force. So yeah, that was quite pleasing how that turned out. They keep putting stuff on the bottom, it looks like. So I guess maybe they had an out. They had something that was 8 or higher, but I guess not because they conceded. So probably not actually. Cool. Okay. Well, that was interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna head on and try for the final match of this league. But thanks a lot for watching. I hope you like what you saw, and hope to see you back for more. Bye bye.